It's been nearly 26 years since John Ramsey's daughter, JonBenét Ramsey, was murdered, and the little girl's father is still searching for answers. The unsolved case and the investigation into it are the focus of a new documentary first airing on December 21st for free on Tubi. It's called Suburban Nightmare, JonBenét Ramsey, and revisits the case, including how suspicion had been put on the family until DNA tests showed otherwise.
After 25 years of advances in DNA testing, authorities were now certain that the DNA of unknown male 1 didn't belong to anyone in the Ramsey family.
She knew, obviously, she was innocent. Our friends knew we were innocent. We had lots of friends that supported us. So, and even for me, the exoneration was, I was appreciative, but it wasn't a celebration moment. It was, okay, now let's really get on with finding the killer.
And John Ramsey is here now. Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, still, all of these years later, it must be so difficult for you as the father who still is seeking answers and wants justice in this case.
Well, it is. We've been encouraged by some recent developments that we might finally break the logjam on the roadblocks that have been there almost from day one. So we're hopeful again that we can get the right things done to hopefully solve the case.
Yeah, you must have been living with this hope for so long, because this has been one of the most scrutinized, most public cases out there. It really gripped the country and the nation because of the fact that obviously everybody wanted to know what happened to little JonBenét. What gives you hope this time around?
Well, our frustration from the very beginning was that the police had no experience with homicides. They didn't have a homicide detective or a department. And we never criticize them for that, but we have criticized them roundly for refusing help from people that have offered it. So there's been a log jam. We have 18,000 police jurisdictions in this country. Each one's a little island of authority, and that island's overseen by the police chief of police. And if he's got a crime on his island and he doesn't ask for help, help cannot be given. And that's wrong. Lots of help was offered to the Boulder police, and they arrogantly refused it. They said, no, we can handle this, we can handle this. Well, they couldn't. And that was really a mission of ours from the very beginning, almost, to get the case in the hands of competent people.
And now you're hoping DNA will ultimately shine new light on what exactly happened, who may have been responsible. What are you hoping with here in terms of the evidence?
Well, we know there were 4, 5, or 6 items taken from the crime scene, sent to a DNA lab for analysis, and there, along with others, I don't know how many others, but there are 4 or 5 that were sent that were never tested. They were sent back. And we don't know why they were sent back. Was it because it was too expensive to test anymore? Don't know. So what we want to happen is that these untested items from the crime scene be tested by an outside lab that has the latest technology, which the government does not have yet. And that was told to us by the FBI. They said, we don't have the latest technology yet, but there are labs out there that do, and that's where you need to take and have it sampled, and then let's go to the public database and see if we can find a killer. That's been wildly successful in solving some very old cold cases.
And what has this whole experience, and obviously your mission in life has been this, to really find answers for your daughter. What has it been like for you? Obviously life-changing, and I know time certainly heals some things, but never this for a father.
No, you don't get over the loss of a child, the death of a child. You move on, and you move on for the sake of your other children. And in my case, I want to find who the killer was, and it'd be some closure for all of us. It would not benefit me so much. I mean, my life now is what it is. As a friend said, you're playing now in the back nine, but it will benefit my children, my grandchildren, and on down the line, if we can bring this to a close.
And lastly, what do you hope people take away when they see this new documentary? What do you hope the perception is out there, or the pressure put on to really look into this case again?
Well, we've got to get some action in that direction. And there's action that can be taken based on what's out there technology-wise. We just need to get the government to do it. And that's all we're asking. Just do your job.
All right, we hear you, and we thank you for your perspective. Mr. Ramsey, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you very much for having me on.
All right, Suburban Nightmare, JonBenét Ramsey streams for free on Tubi December 21st.